Okay, let's admit everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Casa Graduation. As you trickle in, I just want to wish you a big congrats. You've made it through 5 weeks of training during a very stressful time in our world with the pandemic, with shootings, with a lot of traumatic things happening all around us. I just want to commend you all for being here and taking this role on and becoming a CASA volunteer. You are at the threshold to becoming a CASA. I just wanted to let you know that you all are amazing for putting in the effort, the time, and the energy to doing this role. We have our very special guest today, especially our judge, Zeidler, who's here to swear you all in and to welcome you as a CASA. And before that, let me just give you some tech updates so that you can all be prepared. The first thing to remember is that when you are swearing in officially, so Judge Zeidler will introduce himself, and when you're swearing in, you will unmute yourselves, and everyone else who is not graduating can turn off their video and mute themselves in the background. And only the people swearing in will be speaking and saying the oath out loud. And I do want to make sure that you know that there is tech support, your very own Kayla Escobedo, and she's here to support anytime that anything happens, any tech issues happen. Please reach out to her. She'll be sending her contact information in the chat. And feel free to reach out if you get booted out somehow. So make sure to write it down somewhere on your desktop. And lastly, I wanted to welcome everyone who is watching on YouTube live stream. Welcome and guests. We wouldn't have been able to have as many guests in our room or in our office. So it's always great to have everyone who's visiting and who's there to see your person graduate. So without further ado, I want to welcome Judge Zeidler.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. You're so close. And thank you all for volunteering your time. And before we get closer to the swearing in, I don't know who your guest speaker was in your class and how long ago it was, but are there any questions you had one last time or any observations you had after your training, either one? Feel free to jump in, anyone. Don't raise your hand because I can't see you all. No questions. You are raring to go. Who was their guest? Who were their guest speakers? Was it Andrew Hurley or someone else?
Ladle.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, for your family and friends who are watching, I just want them to understand the commitment you're taking on and why it is that there might be times where they don't see you and where you can't make every event and need to be going out to visit a kid or following up with a phone call or something. And that's because the commitment you're taking on is easing the burden of an overwhelmed court system where foster kids have attorneys who have too high of caseloads. The recommendation is 140 kids per attorney or 180 if there's a part-time social worker. At times in LA, we've been up to 250 kids per attorney. The judges in other counties have 350 to 500 kids. The judges in our county average 1,000 kids each, and social workers have way beyond the standards of the National Association of Social Workers. So you're the one person who just has this child or this sibling group to be looking into the needs of, reporting back to the court, making recommendations, and ensuring those needs are being met. And some of those cases might be simple and dealing with a special education issue, and some of those cases might be more complex with severe medical issues, mental health issues, placement issues, and you're the one who is going to be investigating and telling us the needs of that child. I have had cases where CASAs have been the person who really made that difference. I had one child on my caseload who's had articles written about him, so I do talk about him. And his name was Dodger, and Dodger had was severely physically abused, and it wasn't clear if he'd ever be able to walk again, had limited upper body mobility. He was very young. And after about a year, the CASA changed, and the new CASA was visiting him in the hospital, going to every medical appointment for him, was the one who determined that there was an assisted walking device, a gait trainer that he could be eligible for, and how to get that for him. At some point, there was a potential adoptive mother identified out of state in Illinois. And for all of the doctor's appointments and medical appointments and meetings, the CASA, if it was even on her own phone, on speakerphone, was getting the potential adoptive mom in those meetings. I had her come out and visit Dodger. And the day we did Dodger's adoption remotely by what was called FaceTime back then, in their house in Arizona, in Illinois, the entire house had Dodger banners up. It was Dodger Day in Illinois. A few years later, when Dodger was about, maybe 11, 12 years old, his CASA showed me a photo of him walking with leg braces on, walking a Tommy Hilfiger runway in New York. And his CASA, Jan Miller, passed away a few years ago, and I was visiting Jan at her house, and we FaceTimed with him. And he was getting ready to go to Florida for a sled hockey tournament, and was very big in sled hockey, had jerseys from two of the members of the U.S. Olympic Paralympics hockey team. And this is a kid who, because of someone being there to ensure that all of his needs were met and he had everything available to him, is a kid who has every opportunity in life now. So, I mean, I have stories like that, can go on and on. Lynn was here when we did that adoption. That's why she keeps grinning really big. And it also makes us think about his CASA, Jan Miller, who was very special. And there's even a Jan Miller Award now within CASA, given to a CASA every year. So on that note, having done the very heavy topic and letting your friends and family really understand how special this volunteer opportunity is, we are going to do the swearing in, but I am going to get my robe while we prepare for that. When we do the swearing in, on the screen, you will see in the chat, if you pull up the chat, the oath, so you don't have to hold it in front of you. And although you have the option to repeat after me, it will be there on your screen in the chat. When I say I, state your name, you can say I and then your name. And when I say do hereby swear or affirm, you can decide whether you want to hereby swear or hereby affirm. You don't have to say I hereby swear or affirm. You get to decide which one you are comfortable with. So on that note, making it really official, I'm gonna have, so all of the CASAs, the staff members have all turned off their video. So we just have the CASAs who are being sworn in on video. And I'm gonna have all of you unmute, and we're all gonna talk over each other really wonderfully. So all the brand new CASAs are gonna unmute for the swearing in. And please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Priscilla Vilvazzo,
Do hereby swear or affirm
do hereby swear
that I will truly and faithfully
that I will truly and faithfully
perform the duties
perform the duties
of court-appointed special advocate
of court-appointed special advocate
on all cases
on all cases
to which I am appointed,
to which I am appointed,
that I will do so according to law
that I will do so according to law
and the policies of CASA of Los Angeles,
and the policies of Casa of Los Angeles,
and that I will always act
and that I will always act
in the best interests
in the
best
best
interest
interest
of the child or children
of the child or children
for whom I am appointed.
for
for
whom
whom I am
I am
appointed.
And you can put your hands down and you can mute for a minute or two. As court-appointed volunteers, you will have access to dependency court legal files and proceedings. As you know, these files and dependency court proceedings are confidential. You are charged with the responsibility of upholding the confidentiality of these cases. You are not to discuss these cases nor reveal the identity of these children with any persons other than those individuals who are rightfully involved in the case. This would include those court personnel, social workers, family members, the children's, not your own, attorneys, or other professionals assigned to the case. So I'm going to have you unmute again and raise your hand again and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear
or affirm
to uphold the confidentiality
to uphold the confidentiality
of the information contained in the legal files
of the
of the
information
information contained in the files
and all other case information
and
and all other
information
comes to my attention
that
comes to my attention
during the course of my work,
during the course of my work
court-appointed special advocate.
as a court-appointed special
Special
advocate.
Mazel tov. Woohoo! Mazel tov. Thank you. Congratulations. It's official. And I'm going to have all of you mute again. This is the point where if we were here together in person, we would be having you come up one at a time. I would hand you a certificate. We'd take our picture together. If you had friends or family there, you'd introduce them. I will tell you the last time we did this, so you have a sense of when it was, we were doing elbow bumps and standing a little bit further apart for the photos. So that gives you a sense of how long it's been. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to call on you one by one. And when I call your name, unmute. And I'm going to ask you to tell us if you have any family or friends watching and do your shout outs, and also give you a chance to either say how you found out about CASA or what you do for a living, one or the other. Share a little bit about yourself. And we will start with the child of CASA's, Chloe Chase.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I found out about CASA because my mom ran into CASA, and she's watching right now. So hi, Mom. Also, my partner Jordan's watching right now. So hi. Thanks for tuning in.
And you're a guitar player.
A little bit of bass.
Wow. Thank you. Congratulations. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jordan. Next up, Priscilla Vilvazzo.
Hi, my partner is watching, Travis. I actually learned about CASA through school, so I have a couple classmates that do it, and we're all studying to become school psychologists at Cal State Long Beach.
CSULB, that's great. Wonderful. And a shout out to the significant other. I tell you, you're all so lucky. I'm just not saying it. Put a ring on it. Okay, I said it. Congratulations. Thank you. Next up, Angela Lindbloom.
Hello, everybody. My name is Angela Lindbloom. I think I have some folks watching. Thank you for being here with me. I am a nurse, and I found out about CASA through actually Instagram. So I did some research and filled out the application, and here I am. Thank you for this opportunity.
See, you're the one who all of them are going to remember when they have a medical issue. You know, one of the classes in my class was a nurse.
I'm here.
Great. Anyone,
Anytime.
Anyone watching or no?
I think I have some folks on.
Hi, folks.
I sent it to everybody.
Okay. And they can sign up, and you'll tell them where to sign up. They can go online. If you go to casala.org, you can find out about the, I just totally blank, orientation sessions to decide if you want to sign up for the trainings. And it's an awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Christian Abaraji.
Hi, I'm Kristen. My husband, I think, is watching, so hello. Thank you for watching. I'm an actor and a mom of 2 boys, so that keeps me busy. And I found out about CASA both from research, trying to find something to volunteer for, and also we have a family at school that I'm friends with who fostered to adopt. So they have 2 adopted foster children, and it really moved me. So I thought this is how I could do my part.
That is awesome. Did their kids have CASAs?
You know what? I don't think so, because they were babies and immediately went into their home. So
That's great. Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, hubby. Tessa Raisin.
Hello, I'm Tessa, and I don't have anybody watching, but I have lots of people supporting me. So I found out about CASA when through my work as an attorney doing pro bono for the Alliance for Children's Rights. And I found out about the role then, and have always wanted to do it, but just didn't have the time. And now that I'm no longer working, I have time to volunteer. So that is how I found out about it and my journey to get here.
That's great. And the Alliance is wonderful. They do great work. You were probably doing some help with benefits or other types of things, etc.
Yeah, we did. I was in charge of the finalizing the adoption program.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. Elisa Smith.
Hi there. I am Elisa. I work in tech, and I found out about CASA on my trip to France last year. 2 people were involved with CASA, one of which had been with CASA for 7 years. She was able to give me the ins and outs of what it means to be a CASA. And on my trip to France on the way back, I had determined it was definitely something that spoke to me to make a difference. And so that brings me here today.
Wonderful. Anyone watching?
No.
So if you all stay around long enough, like her friend who has 7 years as a CASA, every year at a volunteer lunch, they recognize years of service, and we have people who have been CASAs for 30 plus years, and we have former foster kids who have stayed in touch with their CASAs for 30 plus years. There is a judge in Portland, Oregon, who a play was done about her a few years ago, and a prominent character in the play about this judge in Portland, Oregon was her CASA.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Next up, Anna Pizel.
Hi, yeah, I'm Anna. I don't have anyone watching live, but lots of people supporting me, especially my family and my partner. And I found out about CASA online, but I found out then after that my family had several interactions with CASAs because we were a resource family for foster kids, and then ended up adopting my brother through foster care 20 years ago. So
that is so awesome. Okay, so if any of you want to know what it's like being a resource family and foster parent, you've got a colleague here to ask. Thank you. Congratulations. Hannah Alney.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a flight attendant. I don't have anyone watching today, but likewise, I have lots of people supporting me who I'm very thankful for. I found out about CASA because I have family who has been in the foster care system as well as foster parents. And so I've kind of seen or heard about, I should say, both sides. And I knew I wanted to do something volunteering with the foster care system. So I just kind of researched it and thankfully was able to find CASA.
Great. And do you want to say which airline or not? Shout out.
I work for Alaska.
Oh, wonderful. Portland trip. See, yeah, Portland, Seattle, great trips.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, they give me name pronunciations. I don't know if it's Stephen or Stefan. Stephen Timmermans.
Hi, my name is Stefan. I have a very good friend in Houston who is watching. I'm a professor at UCLA, and I was looking for a volunteering opportunity, and I sort of stumbled onto CASA. I didn't really know anything about it, but I'm very happy to have found it because I think it's a very worthwhile cause. And I used to be a big brother many years ago, so I really look forward to work as a CASA.
Great. And what do you teach?
I'm a sociologist.
Perfect. Sociologist, not social work, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Sarah Borgigan, sorry, Carol Borgigan.
Yes.
Sarah.
Hi everyone. My name's Shiki. I go by Sarah. I'm attorney myself. I practice business and commercial litigation. I have my partner Jesus watching me, not live, but in person, is here watching me. And I found out about CASA through the LA Superior Court's website. I was looking for some pro bono work that I could do, and I learned about CASA. I think it's a great experience, and I hope both me and the child I will be assigned to will have some rewarding experience together.
You know what, maybe you'll be here long enough that you'll end up deciding, corporate law just does not have the same fulfillment, and you'll end up becoming a dependency attorney.
Yeah, maybe.
Congratulations, thank you very much. So we have a wonderful CASA executive director who's been around for a couple of years, but the legacy of the one before her is that CASA staff all go through the training, and many CASA staff actually have CASA kids. So our next two are each staff members of CASA, and the first one's Regina Cox.
Hi, I'm Regina Cox. I am an ex-social worker and therapist. I've worked for the Department of Children and Family Services, not for a long time. I went into foster care and adoption, and I'm a single mom of 3 adopted children that are now teenagers. I adopted them when they were very, very young, infants and toddlers. They're now teenagers. I found out about CASA through a colleague who works at CASA, who actually was a staff that I supervised. He said, "Oh, you love this work?" Because I wanted to be on the other side of working with the kids and families. So I interviewed, and here I am.
Great, and we won't ask you at all about my reputation when you were a social worker.
Yeah.
Adoptive mom of 3 kids, that is awesome. Thank you. And thank you for coming to CASA. And your colleague, Katerina Danton.
Hey everyone, so my name is Katerina Danton. I'm also an advocate supervisor here, like Regina. I learned about CASA when I was looking for a job opportunity to make the pivot, my career pivot from teaching foreign languages to advocacy. I got my master's in applied international studies, and I focused on human rights. So I wanted to make that pivot. And finally, I came across a CASA position in San Diego, and I learned about what CASA was, and I thought it was just absolutely perfect. So I was an advocate supervisor in San Diego, and I moved to Los Angeles to be with my family. So I continue to do what I love. So here I am, and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, congratulations. Very interesting Zoom background to have a clock, because your time is like so off for any time zone.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, exactly.
Christina Johnson.
Hi, I'm Christina Johnson. I'm a landscape architect and I work in climate advocacy. I found out through CASA from different friends. I had a friend's mother who was a CASA. And I also found out about it through my mom, who worked in the school district as a guidance counselor and worked with CASAs. So I'm excited to be here. And my mom's watching. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Landscape
Thank
architect,
you.
but then you said basically you do advocacy, because we're actually looking for a landscape architect to do our water, whatever climate, drought tolerant landscaping.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you. Lauren Siegel.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm joined by a longtime Casa, Sandy Guerrero, who spent hours with me talking to me about this program. So she's watching with her friend Nancy, a good family friend, and my parents. And so I heard about it, but she's the one who really taught me all about it. So I just wanted to give a shout out to her and thank her for watching and supporting. And my parents are watching as well. And I work in the climate. I'm a graduate student in sustainability as well.
Wonderful. Where student where?
At Antioch.
Okay. The only reason I asked is Cal State Northridge now has this incredible sustainability program on campus that the students are all running. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And as a gay man, let me say the shirt and the painting, like totally no.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you. Next up is Audrey Stemple.
Hi, everyone. My name is Audrey Stemple, and I am a retired nurse. So along with Angela, you can come to me with all your medical questions. And I don't even know how I found out about Casa. I just knew that when I retired, I wanted to volunteer in a way that was very meaningful and significant, and that would help me use my brain and my skills that I had as a nurse. And I think that this will be a good fit for me. And I have people supporting from afar today. So nobody's tuned in, but they're in my background.
Great. And I've had attorney colleagues in the system who were nurses and judicial officer who had been a nurse before going to law school. And it is just an incredible background to have and bring to this system. Thank you. Ann Hamilton.
Hi, everybody. My name's Anne. I don't have anybody watching today, but I have a lot of great support. I found out about Casa through my aunt, who's a Casa in San Francisco. And I got involved because I would like to adopt or foster or both at some point. So I thought this would be a great way to learn about it. I'm an attorney as well. I'm a part-time immigration attorney, and I also do screenwriting. So yeah, I think that's it. But
and you also painted the painting behind you?
I did, actually, yeah.
Great. Like totally Pollock, Jackson Pollock and or Sam Francis. Thank you. Congratulations. You bring all of your different skills and parts of you to this. Carolyn Kintz.
Yes, I'm Carolyn, and my brother Jim is watching. I found out about Casa a while ago through the newspaper, reading an article that mentioned it. And I always volunteered with kids, and I just I'm a retired OT. And after I retired, I wanted to do something with kids, and I thought this would be a good, meaningful thing.
Great. The newspaper article you read, each executive director to any organization brings something, and the previous executive director ended up deciding to do a press conference about the need for CASAs in LA, the number of kids we have versus the number of CASAs, and it just brought so much visibility. One of the things I want to highlight about our new executive director, she's not that new, Charity, is that she has brought a phenomenal fireside chat series, and you'll be getting emails, I'm sure, inviting you to the fireside chats that CASA is putting on, and the topics and conversations are really about the future of the system and society, not just CASA even. So I encourage you to take advantage of those. That was the last person. Congratulations to all of you. You'll still get a certificate, and you'll still get a kid or more. So congratulations. Thank you all for your commitment. And I actually am going to be going back on the bench in 2 minutes. I appreciate it. And I'm turning you back over to your phenomenal CASA staff.
Thanks, Judge Zeidler. Thank you, Judge Zeidler. Thanks for your time. Thanks for making time for us always. Really appreciate you. So without further ado, we have actually many staff members who are leaders at CASA who want to introduce themselves. So I want to give the floor to our first guest speaker, our Chief Program Officer, Mika Khan.
Thanks, Taina, and hi, everyone. Congratulations, first and foremost. This is so exciting. As Taina mentioned, my name is Mika Khan. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at CASA, and I have to say graduations are one of my favorite things to be part of and attend, because I love to hear about each individual's personal story to an extent, your background, your experience, because as we all know, you don't need a background in social work or the child welfare system in order to become a CASA. But what's so great is you come in with your own lived experience, your own skills, your own, what you've brought into the world thus far. And we found that that is just so valuable to our young people, whether that's showing them, different opportunities they can take on, whether that's having a little bit of a background in law or in, medical needs, and being able to advocate just that much more. And it's always just so great to see how you're able to take this new passion and blend it with your existing experience and skills. And so we are so, so excited to have you all be part of this. As Chief Program Officer, something that I'm responsible for is helping to strengthen our existing programs as well as build out new ones as we identify new areas of need. And so while you kind of start your CASA journey, you're definitely going to be hearing about a bunch of different programs that tie into your advocacy work. I know Lynn mentioned it in the chat, but we know we serve 0 to 21. So our early childhood program covers our 0 to 5. So anytime you're interested in working with the younger one, we have extra support for that. We have an essential history program where we, if you're ever interested in doing something a little bit more detached, you are reading through a child's entire case file, tracking key information, and creating a report that judges, attorneys, and social workers can use to have the full picture of a child's history. We find that it's really important for them to better understand and make more trauma-informed decisions. So that's just another type of advocacy you can do. And we have youth justice, which works with our young people that are not only involved in, the dependency side of things, but also may be on probation, may have involvement on the youth justice or juvenile justice side of court. So those are just a few, specialized populations or programs we have going on. And as you work with your, with your CASA child, if you identify areas that you think we could be building out more, providing more tailored support, I'm the person you can talk to. I'd love to be able to help continue to build out things so that our CASAs can better support our young people, and so that our team can do the best support you. So congratulations again, and so happy to have you on board, and can't wait for you to get started.
Thank you, Mika. Okay, we have our next speaker, the Chief Development Officer at CASA of Los Angeles, Marie Carpenter.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. Happy graduation. And as Mika mentioned, yes, it is actually one of the things I do look forward to. I'm just so sad that it's not in person, as when we would have them, we would be able to meet you all and have treats, cupcakes and everything. So my name is Marie Carpenter. My team and I, we manage our fundraising and marketing efforts for CASA. As you may know, CASA LA is a nonprofit organization, so we receive the majority of our funding from individuals and local corporations and foundations, and all of our donations are to support and sustain our work together so we can grow and serve more children in the system. So today I'm just here to tell you more about some of our efforts and events that you can also be a part of now that you are here. As a CASA volunteer, we ask you, or we also consider you a CASA organization advocate. So what I want to ask you today is that when you're out in the community or in your neighborhood, that you keep an eye out for any partnership opportunities that may lead to any more funding or more awareness building around our work. So for instance, one of the most popular ones I would say is, if any of you have ever eaten at Homestay Kitchen or are familiar with that restaurant, we just completed a 4-month collaboration with them where they donated a portion of a band taco they created for us. And they just told me that they've sold over 40,000 of these tacos and will be making a $15,000 donation to us from the sale. So, you know, not only is that really great as a donation, but it was also a way for us to be in the community. They have 5 restaurants where at every restaurant we have materials there, and we're on their website and their social media and all of that. So, you know, it's just one example of a third-party partnership. There are many businesses and individuals who are looking for charities to partner with. And we also have a very robust grant program. We're always looking to connect with more foundations. And a lot of times it just takes an introduction from someone who knows both parties. So that could be you. And many companies have matching gift programs. They not only match dollars, but some companies match volunteer hours. So you may be working for a company that does that, or may know of one that does that, or would like to sponsor any events that we have. We do have a couple of events during the year. We just had our gala on May 10th. It's our biggest fundraising event of the year. So even though that's passed, we still have a couple more coming up, and don't worry, you'll be getting info about them soon. And then one of the easier ways to support us is if you shop on Amazon. You can sign up through Amazon Smile, where we get the proceeds from your shopping, or if you shop at Ralph's, you can also connect your club card to Casa, and Ralph's will donate a percentage of your shopping there. So there's lots of opportunities for you to be part of our fundraising and outreach efforts. So if I'm going to put my email address in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to talk about anything that's on your mind. And then one other thing is that we're very active on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, LinkedIn. So if you have a photo from today's graduation and post it, please tag us. I will put in all our handles on the chat as well. I will also be sending out a photo that we've taken on screen that you can share if it makes things easier. Thank you again to everyone. So grateful for you all.
Thank you, Marie. Thanks
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Taina, you asked a question about Whole Foods. They don't have that club program, but Amazon Smile, it's through the website, and it's actually also specific products. But Whole Foods did make a donation to us. Each location can choose a charity in their community to support. And the one that was in Pasadena, they chose us as their community organization last year, and they made a pretty great donation to us.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for letting us know of all the opportunities to support Casa and to carry on with all the amazing things that we're doing. So thank you, Marie. And the next leader I'd like to introduce is our Director of Volunteer Services, Lynn Gabriel.
Hi, everyone. I already know you guys. You folks, I guess. So used to saying you guys, and I know that's not what I should say, because not everybody's guys. So folks, hi folks. I'm speaking for the outreach team too today, so I'm going to echo what Marie said about if there's any place in the community that might be good for a third-party partnership or volunteer recruitment, or you know of any fairs, if you have health fairs or volunteer fairs at your workplace, we would be more than happy to come and set up a table and tell your coworkers about Casa. And every time she says that we sold Home State did 40,000 tacos, I always wonder how many of those went to our staff, because our whole staff is not on here, but I know that they visited frequently. So 40,000 tacos, that's a lot of tacos. Yeah, so because I already talked to your class, and so I don't want to be redundant in telling you stuff about me. Nobody really wants to hear that again. But I do have a little poem that was written by the former communications director at National Casa. And I just love this poem, and it really applies to all of you starting out. So it's called The Advocate. This is not about rescue so as to feel good when the child lights up with a smile. This is not about the comfort of compassion. This is hard work, struggling with ripped families and children in clouds of pain, anger dancing around in their hearts in the turmoil of a world made crazy. This is caring, yes, but also what is just, what should be demanded. It takes love and a certain measure of courage. And in the simple act of person helping person, it becomes extraordinary. And you all are extraordinary. I'm happy to get any feedback about training when you start working on your case and think, oh, I wish we knew this, or I'm glad we know this. Anything you want to tell me how great the facilitators are, I kind of already know, but I always love to hear it. So I'll put my email in the chat, and congratulations to all of you. This is really, really amazing that you're doing this. And I'm always here if you want to chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Thanks. That poem is really beautiful. It always has me tearing up. Thanks a lot for that. But I want to introduce our next leader. And our next leader is the Director of Advocacy. She wants to speak with you and also introduce the supervisors who you'll be matched with, and then learn about your cases, your young person's cases, who you will be matched with as well. Once you get into your breakout rooms, I want to introduce Dr. Christy Brooks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. Just to piggyback off of everybody else, I'm so excited. Like Mika, I always get excited when graduations come around, just to get to meet the new CASAs, everything that you have to bring to the organization, your excitement about your cases. That's definitely always something that we look forward to. So congratulations to you all again. I've been here for almost 5 years now, and now I'm the Director of Advocacy. I supervise 5 ATMs or team managers. Under those team managers are your supervisors. So each one of my managers has roughly 4 to 5 supervisors. Those supervisors will be who will be helping you out as a CASA. They will be there for your guidance, to help guide you. They will be there to support you when you need support. Sometimes they become your therapist. Sometimes you are theirs. They're there for ideas. We're all there to work together so that we can work in the best interest of the children and the youth that we work with. And we're always here, and we're always available to help you. We're always here to hear your ideas, take the time out of the day to be able to talk over your cases with you. I'm always here and available. Your managers are always here and available. Your supervisor is always going to be your go-to person. We work as a team. If your supervisor is not available, there's like 25 other people who are always going to be there waiting to assist you. And if they aren't available, then you have 5 ATMs, and then you have myself. So again, congratulations to you all. I do want to introduce the staff that is here with you, watching you graduate. Of course, you guys both know Katerina and Regina. They are our newest staff members, our newest supervisors. We are excited to have them. They were able, because of all the experience that they have, to jump in and get started, as well as participating in the class. So those of you who have them as supervisors will be very privileged to have them with all of their knowledge, and we're excited for them and excited for you guys as well. We also have Jessica here. Jessica Gonzalez is one of our supervisors. Jessica has tons of experience in working with Ladle and working with education and working with group homes, just a bunch of experience that I can't even remember off the top of my head, but also great. So great, in fact, that she's going to be my dad's supervisor who's graduating on Tuesday. So I'm super, super, super excited about that. We have Chelsea. Chelsea came all the way to us from New York. And so now she's here, again, jumped in, ready to go. Great supervisor, super knowledgeable about everything. Whatever you need, she's going to be there and available and ready to give it to you and support. Farrah's been here for a while. She's old. She's been here for a long time, but a wealth of experience, super knowledgeable about everything, anything that you need. She's going to be there. She's going to be available. You're lucky to have her as well. Monica is here. Monica is one of our ATMs. Monica supervises both Katerina and Regina. So you will have some interaction with her if you have either one of them as your supervisor. That sums up my staff that are here. For those of you who are going to be having those supervisors, again, congratulations. Thank you so much in advance for all that you're going to do, all that you have done, and we're always going to be here to support you. I too will put my email address in the chat. So if you ever have any questions or any concerns about anything, always feel free to shoot me an email and we can discuss just about anything.
Thank you, Dr. Christy Brooks. Thank you for introducing everyone. And I'm sure all of you are really excited to meet your advocate supervisors and just get started and dive in. But before we do so, I just want to say a final thank you. Just want to remind you of some things. Remember to take care of yourselves. It's not something that's optional. It's really, really important to take into consideration and choose something to do consistently that fills you up. Let your people, the people you love, the people who care about you know what you're going through without, of course, sharing confidential information, because there's some angst or some stress that comes from working through the system. The system is really just intense. It is intense. It's way more intense for the young people you're working with, the families who are part of it with open cases, but take care of yourselves, fill yourselves up with all the good things that you do to keep yourself going so that you could be present for them. I also wanted to, I know Kayla is not feeling too well. She's still here with us doing the tech, so I really appreciate you. Most of these trainees are yours who are graduating, and we're sharing graduation because some other trainees who are graduating graduates are here as well. We're from my class, so I just want to thank you all for putting the effort and the time and reaching out. We are still here. We're still your trainers. So feel free to reach out to us after you graduate, even though you have that person, the supervisor, who's there to support you with your specific case. So since we're about to close, I just want to ask you all to unmute yourselves and say goodbye to everyone who's watching, everyone who's supporting you. So feel free to unmute and wave and say thank you and bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.